Hi garden friends, welcome to the channel. I'm Era and this is Gardening on Purpose. If you're new here, welcome. And if you're a subscriber, welcome back. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch my video. I garden in Georgia, Zone 8A. For today's video, I am finally getting around to planting up all my Coleus. As you know, I've been talking about creating this Coleus container for quite a while, and I've been collecting as many different Coleus as I can. Now, there's still one out there that I'm really wanting to get, but I just don't see it by itself. I see it in like a ready-fill container or a container made easy, and it's the one that trails. You know, they have the one, I think one of them is called chocolate drop, and another type that's called some sort of a chocolatey name, because it has this green edge and it has the brown in the middle. And that, I've had that before, and that trails, but I haven't found it by itself. But I want to go on now and actually make the containers, and if I do find it later on in the season, I'll just make another Coleus container. So here are the Coleus that I've gotten so far. Some are named and some are not. So these two here, this guy here and this guy here, I got at Walmart. They were actually in a hanging basket, and they were, I believe, $14.88. And this was the tag. It was the Expert Gardener, and it says annual Coleus. It doesn't actually tell me the type of Coleus, so I don't have any names for those, right? Then this red guy here, I bought at Home Depot. I mistakenly only picked up one. I regret that so much, because when I went back, they were all gone. This guy here is part of the Vigoro. It's a Vigoro one, and this one here is called Ruby Sparkle, and it was $7.98. This Ruby Sparkle here, guys, it's just a sight to see in person. I wish I had picked up some more, because this would look really great in a container or as like creating some sort of a wave in your garden. The good thing about this though is that there were two of them in here, and I plan to propagate a lot of the no-name ones anyway, so I can get more Coleus. But that one was from Home Depot. I believe there's another one I got from Home Depot. Was it this one? Yes. This one here. This one is Flamethrower Sriracha. And again, there were two in here for $7.98. It was part of the Vigoro brand. This guy here I got from Lowe's. This was a clearance plant from Lowe's. Now it will get a little bit more red, right? But the thing is, I don't believe it tells me what type of Coleus. It just says colors of Coleus. And there was only one in here, but it's quite vigorous, so I could definitely propagate that if I need to. Here's another one of the same one I bought, and I've seen some in the store that parts of the plant is truly red and parts are like this. But that's great, because I like the fact that Coleus has multicolors, and depending on how much sun or shade they're getting will determine how they come out. This guy here, I believe I got this from, where did I get this? I got this from the front of Food Depot. Yes, this was from Food Depot. Very rare do they have plants, but sometimes when you're going to the supermarket, you just happen to see some random plants in the front. Now let me see what this one is called, because at first I didn't know it was a named one. This one is called Flamethrower Chipotle, right? So that's Chipotle from... This is from the supermarket, not Stop and Shop. What's the one I just told you was called? It was from Food Depot. Yes, so Food Depot. And then all these guys here are from Walmart. Now, these were only $1.76, and these, I believe, are no named. So it just says Coleus, but let me just double check. Yeah, no name. And let me see about this guy here. No name. And this guy here, no name. And this guy here, no name. I thought I saw one of them that actually had a name at the back of it. But that's the thing with the ones I get from Walmart. These particular ones here, these smaller ones. These are all really nice. I love this burgundy red here. So there were only two left, so I got those. And those were $1.76, and they were in a pint. Also, I got this guy here. I believe I got this from Lowe's because it's Monrovia. That means it's Lowe's. This guy here is Flamethrower Salsa Verde. And again, this was $3.98 from Lowe's. All Coleuses that I have here are going to be annuals, but again, they are easy to propagate and they can come in the house. So my plan is for the ones that are not patented protected, I'm definitely going to take some cuttings. And I used to do that actually. I used to put them in hanging baskets. I used to put them in containers in the house. I used to put them in mason jars in water, and then some of them actually were in some soil too, and they did absolutely amazing. People came to my house like, oh my god, I want one of those. It was so easy. This guy here was also from Food Depot, but this one was not named, but it looks really similar to the Salsa Verde, but I cannot confirm that that's what it is because there was no marker here. This guy here was from Walmart. This beauty here, let's see. This guy here is Flamethrower, Habanero, Coleus, and I got 2 of those. And this guy here was at Walmart, and it says Pink Purple Edge. This one was one of the ones from Walmart. Maybe the ones that are from the Better Homes and Garden brand at Walmart, they actually are named. And this one says Pink Purple Edge, and there was literally one random one there. And then I have these guys here from Monrovia. This is Flamethrower Chili Pepper, and this is more of the Salsa Verde. So I have quite a few types of Coleus, and I'm just going to try to put the best container I can put together. These Coleus are literally all telling me that they can be in the sun or the shade, but I'm very wary of that because I'm in Georgia. We get some serious, dangerous, like life-threatening sun down here in the middle of June, July, and August, and I definitely want to give these protection. Even if they can take the sun, I really don't want to be out here seeing the plants stressed out because they're in so much heat in 96 degrees on July 15th. And I don't want to have to come out here and water every single day. They're going to go in a huge container, and the bigger the container, then the less you have to water, but you still have to water it. So those are the type of Coleus that I have, guys. Let me know if you have any of these. But the next step is now I'm going to put my container together. So let's get started. All right, guys, so I have my container here. This is a container I've had when I first started. I've had this for 5 years now. When I started out doing my container gardening, and I kind of chucked it to the side because it was so big, and I transitioned into planting in the ground. So I have like 4 of these actually, but this is pretty big. When I figure out what the size is, I'll let you know on the screen. I already have my soil already in here. You can put whatever soil you like. I like to mix my soil with my pine bark soil conditioner so that I can have better drainage. Now the plants that I'm going to use for this first container here is a combination of maybe 5 or 6 of them. So I might use this guy here, the Flamethrower Salsa Verde. I might use this guy. Well, I will be using this guy because I love it so much. I'm going to be using the Ruby Sparkle, and I'm going to be using some of the no-named ones. So what I like to do first really is I like to do a test run by putting them in here in their containers and see how they look first. So this one looks like it grows pretty tall, so I might put this one in the back. Right? And it's going to be an orangey red. Now there's 2 of them in here. I could probably put this one here. Probably put these guys here because they contrast so great, like in the front, because they look like they might not grow that tall. But you never know with Coleus, because when Coleus is happy, they grow. And then maybe this guy here with this really nice foliage here can go right here. And then this guy here, which I love, can go on this side. What do you think, guys? I think I'm liking this because these guys here are too close to this, but maybe I'll try to find a way to stick it in. Now I know some folks, they like to put as many that can fit in the container, but because I want the Coleus to grow, I'm not gonna put as many Coleus in the, literally I have 4 containers. I don't need to stuff this with every single Coleus that I showed you earlier, but that was the test run. So let's get them planted. Okay, guys, so I have one down. And as you can see in the sped up video, I put 2 of the salsa verde on each side. And then in the middle, I put 2 of the ones that I got from Walmart at that for 176. This is the Ruby Sparkle here, right next to this green guy here. This is the Flamethrower Sriracha, and this is the one I got from Lowe's, and this another one from Walmart that has no name. And as you can see, it might not look nice and lush right now, but I like to give my Coleus room because they are a foliage plant and they will grow large. A lot of these things are going to be somewhere between 12 and 36 inches tall. So, and to do that, they need the space. If you put too much in here, they will grow. They'll fight to grow, but they definitely won't get to their capacity. So that is the first one, and I'm really liking what I'm seeing. Let me know what you think, and let me move on to the next one. All right, guys, so here's the test run for the second guy. In the back, I'm going to put this guy here. This is the Coleus Flamethrower Chipotle right here. Right next to that is the Habanero, which has more of a burgundy red. And then I might put this guy here, which I love so much, the one from Walmart that has no name. And then this guy here, which is a really great contrasting color, which is the Salsa Verde. And again, because these guys are so small, I could put these in the front. So that's what I'm thinking right now. I might stick something else in while I'm thinking about it, but let's get this one planted up. All right, guys, so the second one is all potted up. This is what I ended up using, which is pretty much some of this from the first one and then some from the second batch. So let's move on to the third. All right, guys, so for the third container, I think I'm going to make this guy here the main plant and then insert this to the side and then this really nice chartreuse green here. And then make sure I put a red next to the green because you want contrast between the red and the green. So I have this guy here, which is the pink purple edge. And then also I have the habanero. No, this is the chili pepper Coleus right here that I got from Lowe's. So let's see how this one turns out. All right, guys, so as you can see, I actually changed my mind and I made this the main plant in the back and then the same 2 from before. And then I put the habanero here, the chili pepper here, and the 2 from Walmart here. So 3 down, guys, 1 more to go. So for this last one here, guys, I'm just going to use what's left over. And what's left over is this last one here from Lowe's. This one here from Walmart, the no-name ones. This is another no-name here. But I do have the Sriracha here. And you have this guy here, which is the something pink edge from Walmart. And then the other little ones here from Walmart as well. So there's not a lot of green in this one. I should have saved a little bit more green for this because this one is a little bit monotone, but I think it will still work. The Coleus will come through for me, guys. So let's get these in the container. All right, guys, so I just planted up this last one here, and this is what they're all looking like. This is number 4, this is number 3, this is number 2, and this is number 1 in order of how I potted them up. Now you can see I pretty much use the same Coleus in some of the plants, you right? So I put 2 of the ones that I had gotten from Lowe's into those 2. This one, I like it so much I made sure it's in every one of them in some form or fashion. Here it's in the front to the middle, front to the middle. Here it's to the side. Here it's to the side. This really nice dark one here is to the side here. It's in the back on this one end. So I'm liking what they all look like. I just need to water them in. And these are going to go in part sun to part shade, guys. Now they're claiming that these can do full sun to full shade. I want to get a little bit more oomph out of the color with these, so I'm not going to put them in dense shade. I'm going to put them in like part shade, so they'll get at least 4 hours of morning sun, and they might get some sun around 12 o'clock, 1. But if I see that they're not reacting really well to it, then I will definitely move them. And that is the beauty of container plants, is that you can move them if they're not performing well. So anyway, guys, let me know what you think of these 4 planters. Please like, please share, and please subscribe. Remember to hit that notification bell so you can be alerted in all my new videos. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.